Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Be the Media Huntington. Tonight is Tuesday, March 27th, and my name is Jenny Lee. Tonight I have with me Miss Dana.
Hi, guys.
And Miss Lisa.
Hi, everyone.
So we took off last week. It was actually nice that we did. We were going to have a mental health day together and not on the computer because we talk about how often that people should be getting together more often and getting off of their devices and getting away from the divisiveness as well. Another one of the things that we did do together that weren't able to cover because we weren't here last week was the South Huntington Station Civic Group meeting, and it was the very first meeting for them. Our host name was Sam Balfuco. Am I saying that right, Lisa?
Sam Balfuco.
Okay, and it was a good meeting. So Lisa, you were there for the beginning, and then you had to go. So you want to give us your take from the beginning, because I missed the beginning and got there when you left near the end.
Yes, so I had grandma duty called, so I had to leave early. It was great. Sam opened up with the facts about the next meeting, which is going to be, I should mention it now before we forget, April 18th at 7 p.m. at the South Huntington Public Library on Pigeon Hill Road. It's going to be once a month, and he spoke about that, and he spoke about what it was going to be all about. Community getting out, reaching out to each other. He's going to have some guest speakers once a month to, just try to reach us with the topics that are going on. He also mentioned the cleanup, and you weren't there at the beginning. So he mentioned on April 22nd at 10 a.m. at the old Memorial School, which is where the library is there, that he wants to do a cleanup and just help out. The library is nice enough to help us out with the meetings. So he thought, how about having a cleanup, getting the community together, getting involved, getting out, getting their hands dirty, talking, making new friends, all while not stepping on anyone's toes like the other people in Huntington that have other things planned. But he just figured he's got a new group. Let's just try something new, see how it goes. That's about it. But I enjoyed it. I liked it. I wish I didn't have to leave early, but I'll be there on the 18th.
So that's the cleanup is on Earth Day. That's a Sunday, April 22nd, and the next meeting is on the 18th.
Wednesday night.
Yeah. All right. Give me a second. I can actually show us the page so that if anybody wants to go on. And in fact, if you look tonight, we like to use a different logo each night or a profile photo on our videos, and we decided to use their logo for this show since we were going to be highlighting them this evening. So it's the South Huntington Station Civic Association, and you can go there and go give their page a like. They're doing pretty good for a new organization so far, it seems like, social media wise. So this is the event that you can click interested or not for the Earth Day. And that's Sunday at 10 a.m. And then Wednesday at 7 p.m. is the April 18th South Huntington Station Civic meeting. And that's their Facebook page.
That's good. I enjoyed the meeting. I was actually there before everyone, but Lisa and I sat on two different sides. I don't think she saw me when she walked in.
I didn't see you. Yeah.
Yeah, so we sat on two different sides, which we normally do anyway, so it wasn't like a major deal. I enjoyed it. I think as long as he stays away from the usual suspects and he keeps it fresh, non-political, he'll go far.
Which he mentioned he wouldn't do, so that's great.
Right.
I think he knows. He seemed to call them out a little. Like he he didn't call anybody out specifically, but he made it well known that most of the civic groups and organizations, including Huntington Matters, have shifted in political directions. And a lot of these civic groups only come out when there's an election and they're not present for the rest of the year. But also, of course, staying away from those groups that claim to want to be an umbrella group of proactive civic groups. And it's really just a handful of people who all have, instead of a name like I'm Jenny Lee, I am the civic group of Jenny Lee. So that's how they've been trying to make themselves look bigger and better. And I think he's aware of that. He had definitely had an engaged audience.
Yeah,
he did. It was great. It really went smoothly. I will definitely attend the next one. I left with a good vibe. However, you see the usual suspects in the audience, and you just get leery of that. Other than that, I don't have anything else negative to say.
Don't you think they were there to spy, to see what was up mostly? Come on.
I think it's weird when you see politicians show up and their secretaries showing up with their little notepads.
Exactly.
Like, really? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Really?
Well, generally, most politicians will send a representative just so that they can be in the know if they can't make it themselves. Ed Smith did manage to come to actually see, so that was interesting.
Janice Smitelli was there as well.
Oh, she was.
When I walked in, I grabbed the first seat because I knew I had to leave early. She ended up coming in after me and sat behind me. And then I didn't see Ed Smith. I only saw Janet.
What did I say? I counted. I texted it to you. Was it 55?
I believe it was in that range.
Yeah, there was about 55 people there.
There weren't a lot of empty seats when I left.
No,
it
was full.
It was a nice turnout. It was a nice turnout. Like we said, if he stays the way he is and doesn't become political, he'll go far. You know, and don't allow the ego trips that often happen in these groups to take precedent. He'll be able to do good things.
Definitely egos.
Yeah, and he, that'll be interesting. But other than that, I think he did an excellent job. He's fairly young. So
yes, he is.
He's really, really young.
Yeah, he's really
I'm actually impressed that he's getting involved at that level for his age.
He's not only young, but he's a go-getter, and I really like that. Go Sam. He's a go-getter. he does what he puts his mind to.
And his board was, I missed the very beginning, but his board was made up of, can you please describe that for everyone who his board was made up of?
He has a cop on the board.
Yep.
That's a male. Mm-hmm. He has another older woman that was friends with her son, or her children were friends with Sam. And then there was another younger lady who was helping them as well. So when you walked in, it's the row Lisa was sitting in, and then the very next row, they were all sitting down in the front of the row when he was doing the presentation. They said a brief statement. I know the gentleman is a cop. The other woman, I don't know if she stated her profession. She just, fake focused on that her children were friends with him. And the young lady was there. She was, she was young. And she was like, I'm just here to help in any way I can. So that was cute. I did like that. I thought that was interesting because we don't really get a chance to see the young kids like that. Yeah. So that's what they had. That's what his board consisted of so far. So it was pretty good, though.
Yep. And it's brand new. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
Well, we talked briefly about covering the march that happened in Huntington this last week, but I was also going to go to this national speak out at Huntington High School tonight. And I got to tell you, I'm going to go on my daughter's advice. She's talked out of this subject. It has been going on since before the walkout for 17 minutes into then the march. And she said, I am just so talked out because every time it's a gun debate. It's a gun debate. It always turns into it and nothing good ever comes of it. I think everybody is just so ready to just move forward. Nobody wants to hear it anymore on any side. It's it's disgusting on the local pages how people talk to each other.
Yeah.
And you end up almost getting attacked, and I have yet to witness anyone discuss it without just having a decent conversation, other than the time when we were at your home, Jenny, and it was just a few of us and we were able to talk about it. And I'm over it at this point, because you send the mixed message with the kids, because my son was talking with his friends in a group chat, and they're about 13, 14 years old, between 13 and 15. And they're so confused. They're like, are we walking, are we doing all this for the kids that actually got killed? Or are we doing this for gun control? What are we doing? If it is for gun control, what are we fighting about? So it was very frustrating, because I didn't barge into their conversation, because he was having it, amongst his friends. But I'm really tired of it. Like, let's discuss something else. And this is not to downplay the children. I'm not saying anything about those who lost their life. You'll never be tired of that. But like, all this other things that we have to stop at some point, and
all this other stuff is actually taking away, in my opinion,
right.
from the original victims, because you don't hear about them anymore, except for Meadow. You hear about Meadow and her dad and her brother, and that you hear a lot about. As for her dad's definitely keeping her name. Other than that, out of the victims, all you hear about are the
Emma
4
Home.
survivors.
So you hear Emma and the home.
The Cameron, those 4, like those 4. So you see them, they're all over but you never really hear about the victims anymore. It's become a mantra about something else. But it was enough when I heard that from her. She's like, I don't care that I'm getting community service. I don't want to go. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm done. It's like, okay.
That's it. All right
then.
I don't blame her.
But Dina, you were saying it's so nice to hear from the kids.
Yes.
One thing you reminded me when you were saying that is the next Spice. We covered that. The next Spice Forum is this Thursday.
Yes.
55 Vanderbilt Parkway at the library. I'll find their page in a second. This Thursday, March 29th from 7 to 9. I'm definitely going to make every effort I can to bring my daughter to that, because I think it's a little bit, so the topic is on discrimination.
Yeah.
They usually have topics that are organized, so it's definitely at least a different topic.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find them for us.
Well, I'm going to take Xavier. I think that Spice thing is just excellent. It really is a great idea. So I'm gonna let him see what it's about for the first time, and hopefully it could spark his interest.
So here's Spice. It's students promoting inclusive civic engagement. And the next meeting is at the Half Hollow Hills Community Library, March 29th, Thursday, 7 o'clock. And that is, I had to ask him for clarity on that, because there's 3 Half Hollow Hills Community Libraries apparently at 3 different places. This is the one at 55 Vanderbilt. Just so anybody who's watching wants to spread the word on that. It's at a different location, but I'm definitely going to go. You always want to try to do something for your kids.
Yes.
In different ways, depending on their age group and where they're at in the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Toys R Us is closing.
I know, it's sad. But let's build them all. Toys R Us is closing. Let's build them all.
I was like, what is Lisa talking about?
I wanted to tell my Toys R Us story. She's like, no, go to the mall.
No, go to Toys R Us. It's so sad.
We gotta cover Villadome.
No, go to the mall. Go to the mall.
I was like, wait, what?
Boy, are you antsy, girl? We got an hour to fill.
It was just a comment, not a diversion. I'm sorry.
The next 15 minutes is Toys R Us. She's like, Villadome. How do I segue back? All right. Where do you want to go?
The Toys R Us. It's very, very sad. It's so sad. I was there yesterday with my daughter, and they have a 10% sale, 10% off everything. Are you out of your mind? Yeah.
Was it a lot? Was it a lot of merchandise left?
There's a lot of merchandise. We went, I guess it's Comac technically, the one that we went to yesterday. I don't know how many of there are left on the island.
where
We went to the one
is
by Comac.
Jenny was telling me, but where is the one at Comac? Where is that? Because I go all the way to Massapequa.
Jericho. Take Jericho. Take Jericho all the way down, cross over Comac Road, and then make a right into that big shopping center where the Macy's is closed, and go all the way down to the whole giant strip mall, and you'll see the Toys R Us, Babies R Us.
Yeah,
I always thought that was a Babies R Us. That's a Toys R Us?
It's both.
It's both.
Oh, wow. I never
It's
even knew
huge.
that.
And there is a ginormous amount of inventory. Ginormous. And they're not going to sell it at 10% off. Let me tell you.
No, because I just bought when we took Blake to the one in Massapequa. They didn't have a lot of items left over, but the major items the few items that they had, they didn't take anything off.
Oh.
And Blake wanted those Hatchimals. It hatches. It's like it comes out of an egg. It's really the weirdest thing in the world.
Hatchimals.
Yes, it is huge. And the thing is so freaky. I was like, what is going on? And it pecks out and it like takes the shell.
It
that
breaks
shell
out
actually
of
breaks.
Yeah.
I was like, no. Is it coming to life? Don't put that in the car.
When Toys R Us was over here by the Whitman Mall, I used to take all three of my kids there all the time. Even if I wasn't shopping or couldn't afford something, they would just go and they would, look and touch. And then when the Barnes and Nobles was over here by the mall, we used to go to Barnes and Nobles all the time. I would get my coffee and me and my kids would just read books.
Where was the Barnes and Nobles at?
Over where the Models is.
Right, the new Models. The new one over by Michael's Craft Store and the Bed Bath and Beyond on Jericho Turnpike, across from where Whitman was born.
I know, but I don't recall. That must have been, I don't remember.
A long time ago.
There used to be a Toys R Us there and a Barnes and Nobles where Ulta 3 is now, and where what's the name of that one? Lord and Taylor Basement or something. I don't know, something over there. That used to be Toys R Us. That
Nordstrom Rack. I remember.
Nordstrom Rack. That's where the Toys R Us was. Yeah.
I remember that one.
But there's a new generation coming up of children now that's never going to know what it's like.
I know.
To walk into a toy store and see all these things that you want, but you can't have. Yeah. And that's a huge lesson to learn. Like to actually have to walk out of that store, stuff you tangible stuff, but to only walk, you learn self-control kind of, unless your parents are assholes and give you everything you want, don't teach you self-control, then you learn, like, no, we're only going in there for one Barbie, or you can only spend $20, but to go in is magical for these kids.
Yeah.
It's magic. These kids are never going to know what that feels like.
Yep. I was just saying that about, we brought my grandson in there yesterday, and I took a picture of my daughter going in underneath the sign, going out of business, with my grandson in the stroller. And I was saying the same thing, like, I'm never going to be able to bring my grandson here and go just looking around and I know, it's so sad.
I know, right?
Yeah. It is. It sucks. It's not good.
Even Babies R Us, like, we used to want to go in when we were pregnant and we were looking for things to purchase. You want to touch them. You want to see and feel the texture, and there's so many things that we're going to start to lose with everything going on online now.
I mean, online is good in a sense, but it also takes away from so much, because I recall when I had my children, I was either always for the last two, I was always in Buy Buy Baby, like I lived in there, and then for the other three, I was always in Babies R Us, always. Like, I went there religiously. Mm-hmm. And I remember just like, trying to find a perfect rocking chair, trying to find a perfect crib, the playpens, and they had everything put out, and it was it was so different from.
That's why they would set it up, because you want to touch it, you want to see it.
And I did. I was like a little kid, and I would go like religiously, like at least once a week. And I will definitely miss that. And well, not miss having babies, but miss going to the Babies R Us to try different things. And
Well,
things
our
like
grandchildren.
yeah, because I need somebody to spoil. Because my kids are, they're not babies anymore, so I don't really have a need. But it is sad.
You're gonna have so many grandkids.
I don't know.
At least
My kids
5, right? I've already got 2 from one kid.
my
Lisa,
kids are
you've already
weird.
got one.
Yep.
They are weird. They were like, I don't want to ever have kids. They're too much money and I'm selfish. I was like, okay. So I hope maybe one day, but
Things change.
right now, yeah.
Sometimes people get knocked up on accident.
I can't.
Gotta make a choice.
See, I can't.
We don't always plan these things.
Oh my goodness. No, you don't.
I cried every time the stick turned blue, even though I love my children. I love them dearly. But I cried every time I was not done having fun. They put a hamper in that.
I can't take Jenny.
I love them though, with all my heart. But damn, it didn't start out well. What do you mean I'm pregnant?
Oh my goodness gracious.
But I loved pregnancy clothes. Loved them. Pregnancy clothes were the best. It's, in fact, every so often I run into, oh, that is so cute. Oh, it's maternity. Oh, it happens.
She's crazy, isn't she?
But you want to touch it, you want to feel it, you want it to be tangible. That's why we go to these stores and everything's so empty. So yeah, let's build a mall, right?
Let's build that mall. Oh my God.
But here's my question to that situation. In the proximity that they're trying to build a mall, you have that little strip mall that's across the street, right? That used to house the Pathmark. Then you have another strip mall a few miles down.
And
then
a mall.
Another strip mall where Best Market is at. And then you have, so what other malls? I don't understand. And then you have Whitman Mall.
Here, you want to see it?
No, it's not a mall anymore. It's the Whitman Shops.
Check this out. I love this photo of it because I want everybody to see the petition in case they want to go sign it. Look at it. This is where everybody rides their quads.
Yep.
Right?
That is a lot of land.
So that's just that. And here, right? And then next door, which is kind of not really, that butts up to it, is the old orchards. The, oh shoot, Lisa, help me out here.
The Medevalia Orchard.
Yeah, Medevalia Orchard.
Yeah.
There we go. So I thought that, oh, wait, I forgot to say. Oh, sorry, I get lost sometimes. Just showing you this other stuff here. Okay, so this is the petition to stop the Villadome Mall on Jericho Turnpike. It's got a lot of signatures, I think.
I signed it yesterday.
I just got this today. I have to sign it. Maintain the town of Huntington's current zoning laws and stop the mall on Jericho Turnpike. Each member of a family can sign using their email address. Please sign and share the petition and attend the public hearing on Tuesday, May 15th at 7 p.m. I'm going to write that one down because we should be there. At Huntington Town Hall. Important update, the new Huntington Town Board will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, May 15th. It's the day after my birthday, at 7 p.m., 100 Main Street, to vote on the massive 56-acre. That's what we were looking for before, was how many? 56-acre, 486 square feet, I guess, right? Yeah. Villadome Mall project off Jericho Turnpike and Deer Park Road at the corner of Manor Road across from the Pathmark Shopping Center and Old Country Road bordering Manor Farm Park and Berkeley-Jackson County Park. We need your help in opposing this mega mall. That's probably how they're going to bill it, the mega mall, that will significantly impact and undermine our quality of life, cause huge traffic jams with 1,400 vehicles per hour. Wow. Affect our first responders' ability to get to us and to the hospital, violate the town's comprehensive plan, negatively impact the environment and our water quality, Change our zoning will hurt local small business and will provide little tax benefit as the developer was awarded over 18 million in tax breaks. No way.
God.
Dang.
Well, when did that happen?
Whoa! This will be the public's last and only opportunity for our voices to be heard. As well, we urge you to contact our town officials and voice your opposition. They give emails for everybody. And then there's a whole history here if you want to go and see what's going on over there. I know that the dunes, the reason the dunes are still the dunes is because it's on, you see everybody with, first of all, it's illegal to quad over there, but everybody knows to quad over there. So I don't know why the town just doesn't figure out a way to make a law and say that's the official town quad park. You sign a release, risk it your own, and go, because there's nowhere to go around here. But it's on protected groundwater. That's going to be a major issue. Think about that. We've already got issues with our water, but you're going to develop one that's used to as basically a filtration system for this area. We're running out of land that filters everything. If you keep building, you know, all the asphalt and the big parking lots and the rain needs somewhere to go.
Right.
It's got to seep back into the earth to take all this stuff that's running into our bays and seep it through the natural way it was supposed to, you know, well, not natural way. We're all an invasion to this earth.
That's true. I just can't see the benefits of building another mall. I don't really, we have so many stretched little malls along Jericho Turnpike. It's ridiculous.
But this one's high end.
Yeah, but there's another one high end. Go up a few miles. There's another high end one right there in Woodbury.
This is the guy who's developing this. He's the guy who developed the Miracle Mile.
I don't care what he developed. I just don't want him to do it here.
But do you know how expensive the stores are that are in the Miracle Mile?
And that's
like Tiffany's and shit.
But what we have another very right up there on Jericho, going towards, I think it's either before the Crest Hollow or right after the Crest Hollow. There's
Woodbury Commons.
Yeah, it's very pricey over there.
It is.
So it's like, how many times are you going to do that? So we're going to build all these fancy stores, and then when nobody can afford to shop there, then what do we do with the stores? Then they become abandoned. So it's like, come on.
Like so many other eyesores.
Like Toys R Us.
Down 110. Toys R Us. Macy's.
What's that going to be? Another Costco? Really?
I hope not. I'm just tired of all of that. It's very.
Maybe it'll be a huge medical center because we don't have enough of those either.
That's also.
Or a bank.
Why do we have so many of those?
Everywhere.
Yep. All over the place.
Why do we need like that amount? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, all the apartments they're building, we might need more.
No.
Because healthcare got so screwed up that people use those and opt to not have insurance. That's why. There's a demand.
That's crazy.
Just like, remember we were talking about that there's so many, never mind, nail salons that were doing inappropriate things because there's a demand. There's a demand.
I was like,
why?
And then when I learned what was going on, I was like, oh my God.
So many of them.
They call them rub and tugs.
I can't with Jenny. No more talking.
No, it's not me. I didn't make it up. That's what they call them.
No, Jenny's out of control. No more talking for her.
Massage.
Oh my God.
No, that's a hard no. That's a hard no for me. I'll pass. Hard no. It's very sad. I feel like when we first moved here, maybe like 14, 15 years ago, it was so different. And I really don't want to get away from like the mom and pop shops we have. I really enjoy them. I like them. I like going to mom and pop diners or restaurants. I like going to mom and pop stores in general. I like when I walk into a place, they know my name, they know my kid's name, they know my parents. I like those things. And that's why, I chose to move out there. But
I have a question.
Slowly getting away from that.
About the development down on Main Street in the village, the old firehouse. Stop biting my hair. The old firehouse. Are they, when they build those apartments, are they taking away Mondays? I heard so many
I
mixed
heard.
reviews.
I heard that they were taking all those stores away. That's what I heard.
Even Mondays.
That's what I heard.
And oh my goodness.
That's what I heard.
Wow.
I heard the same.
I thought I heard. I was
That's
hoping I didn't hear right.
That's something that people really need.
And Sensational. Have you ever been in Sensational? That's been there forever. You go in and you choose like the lotion you want. You know, which one? Oh no, it's too greasy. Oh, this one's just right. It's so moisturizing. Or some people like something that's not as greasy. They like the light stuff. So they have different grades. And then they have all these scents on the back, and you make your own scent, or you choose from some combinations that they've found that work, and they put in the lotion for you.
And they make it personally for you.
Or they make you a little roller.
Yep. My favorite scent is China Rain. That I used to get from there. Up until a few years ago, I stopped going because I just got busy. But I used to shop there when I worked over at Top of the Town, which was an old comedy club, which was on top of Cactus on Main Street and New York Avenue. When I was 20 years old. So I've been going. So since I was 19, I've been going to Sensational.
We should go down there. We should go to Mondays and then take Dina to Sensational and get her some lotion.
Yeah, because I've gone to Mondays once, but briefly, and then I've never been to Sensation. What is it?
Sensational.
I've never gone there, and I absolutely love beauty products. I love to smell good. I love to have like nice lotion, perfume. That's just something that I adore. So
all right, we'll go there. We'll have to go there.
We'll do a little road trip, and we'll take other people there too if we have to.
Yay! But we should really start protesting those kind of things and be firm, because once the Mediterranean snack bar left, that was like a staple.
I know,
and it's gone.
So what do you want? Do you want us to like pull out signs or picket? Like what kind of protest? Because right now we have this that we tell people are going on. I know that I did my fair share of protesting, and it didn't get me anywhere. And I think that when people look around and they say, why are the voter rates so low? Why, we need to fight for this, but why aren't you helping too? And I think people they're battle weary because we lived through the Patron years where everything got shoved through, and
I think if we, I'm not saying I'm not big on the protesting part. It's just not from my era. But I would say if we take away, the only way to really hurt businesses or to hurt, people that are in things for money, don't shop there. Don't utilize certain things that they want us to buy. They put a new store, you don't give them the business. At the end of the day, the people really have a serious command over what goes. We just don't know how to utilize it. Because let's be honest, if we all just, like, let's say they took away Mondays and they put another store there. If no one ever went into that store other than outsiders that didn't know what was going on.
We'd never get Mondays back.
Right, yeah, but listen, if nobody ever went in there, and the store that they put in there didn't get the business that they needed, and we demanded that they put Mondays back, I'm sure we would be able to do something. We have to learn how to hit people or hit the business.
I think, though, it would be too late because at that point, they've already taken Mondays away. What they're doing with the reconstruction that they want to do on that building is literally taking away every tile of history in that establishment, the counter, the chairs, the booths, every single memory that we all ever had. And there's memories from way before us hanging on the walls. You could still get candy in there too for 25 cents. Like it.
Oh yeah, I'm going in tomorrow.
I love candy. It's just, and they still got the sundaes and the old fashioned glasses, and they know how to make egg cream. Who does egg creams anymore? And that's a New York staple in the city. Like, it's a classic everything. It's classic everything there. And there's
I don't.
nothing left for kids. I mean, it's one of the few places I can actually take my kids to in this town still.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I remember when we first moved here years ago. Sorry. I don't know what happened. Sorry,
We
sorry,
lost
sorry.
you. Did you get a phone
Yeah,
call?
sorry. Yeah.
See, we know
In
what
the
the keys
middle of
are now.
in the middle of the show, I was like, you guys know what's going on, but uh,
You can exit and come back. I'm the only one who can't exit.
can you see me still?
No, it just says the NAACP.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to exit, come back in.
1909.
Yeah, it's not letting me go in. All right, I'm gonna exit and come right back.
No problem.
All
That
right.
was weird.
We haven't actually had a technical difficulty in a while.
Yeah.
So that's kind of refreshing. And it wasn't me either.
It
Usually it's
wasn't on
me.
your end. No, maybe she got a message or something, but yeah, with Mondays and sensational,
I don't know what
feels
happened.
bad.
I think when I get a call, it does something. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Yeah, they interrupted. No, I'm so sad about losing Mondays and what else? For what
Yeah.
else? And for what? Some apartments and retail of their choice?
I don't know. I don't know. But
Where
what are they gonna really put there that we?
where is this going to end? I don't even
What do
understand
we
what the
need
hell's
there?
happening.
Yeah. What are they gonna put there that we need?
Yeah.
I
What
don't
about the
know.
revitalization of Huntington Station? Is that done and set in stone? Is it
No,
all
we got
is it all
apartments.
set?
Stop. We got more apartments. That's what we needed. And they're affordable
Oh,
for people making like $140,000 a year
Hey, where?
for a 1 bedroom.
I'm
Introduce
just
me to
gonna.
him. Introduce
I
me to him.
I
Please.
just have to say about the affordable housing.
And Maria's Chicken and Ribs right next door.
Who does that? I don't know. That's crazy. And the housing that they say that is affordable, it really isn't. You have there was one apartment I saw, 1 bedroom, and it was for $2,500 for 1 bedroom.
Oh my
And
God.
then I saw another piece of property. It wasn't of the new areas, but it was in Lloyd Harbor.
Oh.
And the rent was $14,000
A month?
a month.
Oh my
God.
What does that?
Somebody posted a house out in the Hamptons because they're doing all they're
Oh yeah.
closing up all their rentals now for the summer out in the Hamptons and on Fire Island and all this other stuff. It was 36,000 for a month.
A month.
Right? I was like, well, at least the pool's heated, you know. I mean, it was the Hamptons on the beach, got the pool, and then she goes, "Oh, that's nothing. I found another one for $65,000
A month.
What?
That's sick. What is sick? What is wrong with people?
When I was looking, and these people, okay, so when they say the affordable housing, now I'm just going to talk about Avalon Bay because that's what came up when we did the search. And the prices are astronomical. And it's not like we're in the city where we have access to every single thing. We don't. So if you don't have a car, you have a problem. If you can't, if you want to go grocery shopping, you have a problem. And I'm sure everybody else who here, in the summertime, that's not the most desirable place to be after certain hours walking through that neighborhood. So you want me to carry my groceries there, you want me to go through the neighborhood at night and the dark and then pay you almost close to $4,000 a month.
Wait, Avalon, where are you food shopping? Anywhere near Avalon?
How about that? Community market.
That's the closest one. Yeah,
and you still have to walk.
You think you're walking that neighborhood?
That's what I'm saying.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, you can't really expect to effectively do. And I mean, I wouldn't do it. I don't do it.
I live near that neighborhood. But I haven't heard it called. Well, I'm not on that page anymore, but it's been called the Gates of Hell. Isn't that what the five corners, right? They call it the Gates of Hell. I'm going to say living here, it's gotten better, but it's not, I mean, it's a dull roar now. So it's not. It's hard to describe.
I don't know. I've gone past there,
No,
and I don't find anything desirable about the place. I've seen some questionable characters there, and especially in the when it gets a little bit hotter.
The pool. I've heard the pool is so crowded. It might as well be a city pool.
What pool?
They have a pool in the middle of Avalon.
Oh,
And you know what's funny?
I can
They're
imagine.
selling the houses. There was houses that are for sale on the Avalon property. They're selling them for like $500,000 or something crazy like that. But they advertise them with use of the pool. But seriously, I've heard from people who live there that trying to use that pool on a hot day during the summer is like being at a city pool.
Well, I would believe that because my cousins live in New Jersey and they live in an Avalon apartment. And when we would go for like the 4th of July, oh my God, it was, first of all, it's really nice because they have the barbecue pit and everything. And it's a little bit different than ours because their Avalon is like an actual like little city within a city.
Right.
But the pool, oh. You couldn't even, it's like you weren't even going to get wet if you went. It was so many people because you have the people who live there and then you have the people who come visit them.
Yes,
And then you, so
with
it's
that many people. Mm.
no, you're not swimming. You could probably put your feet in and stand there. I don't know about swimming. So I would imagine so.
Even
and that
after,
pool
when
is
it's empty, I don't want to get in the water where all the body water was in there. It's a pee pee. Oh,
no,
And all the
and
hot
it's
spots.
not that big. It's not that the pool isn't that big. So
I don't
I
even
don't
like
know.
to use. I have a little crazy jacuzzi. It's a tiny little thing. I got it off eBay. It's round. I got it off eBay for $200. This thing has lasted me for like 5, 6 years. I don't even like to go in there when my kids have been in it because it's gross. Let alone there's this pool now with.
People we don't know.
I don't know when you bathed last.
Yeah. I'm not for that. So I mean, but I wouldn't be there anyway. You know, I'm not a fan of public pools like that. It's just a little nasty.
Yeah, I
A
prefer
little
the.
bit.
I don't go to the North Shore. I go
Mm,
to the ocean because there's better circulation near the ocean than there is in the bay. Kind of just goes
mm.
down and up and down and up, where the ocean goes in and out. So I feel a little better, even though I know even the fish are peeing in that water, but it's still cleaner.
You're so nasty.
It's so good.
Salt
You're
kills
so
everything. You
nasty.
don't have to worry about that.
I didn't know these things when I was younger before I had kids. And then after I had kids, I saw germs everywhere. Like I
Yeah, that's
used to have
true.
a beautiful park and a beautiful playground. And then I had kids, and now I see she could fall off here, fall, break her neck this way, fall that way. Oh, it's disgusting. How many kids? The ball pit smells like urine. How many
Oh,
diseases are in here? So, and I was never like that. Before I was like, oh, whatever, I'll get my hands dirty. Now it's like, wow, people are
Yeah,
disgusting, and I don't want them on me.
that's true. That's true. I could definitely understand that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass on the public pools. Shut up. What is Lisa laughing about?
just I'm just laughing at it all because I know I like how Jenny just went. I don't want them on me.
It's true.
On me.
Isn't she? Jenny is funny. She's funny.
They don't want all the grossness.
No, I don't want any of that on me either. I know it's
Mm-mm.
gross.
Speaking of things I don't want on me, we have a special election coming up for state assembly.
Mm.
Oh. Another one I'm just not excited about. It's on April 24th is the special election for the seat that Chad Lupinacci left open. I'll go ahead and take this quickly so that everybody can see visually who we have a choice to vote for. Steve Stern is one of them. He's the Democrat, the white guy. And then the white girl, Janet Smitelli, is the Republican girl. And
I hope Marky Mark's not watching, Mr. Cuthbertson, because Mr. Cuthbertson at 2 town board meetings ago, he had a problem with all the white men in our local state, town governments, right, Mr. Cuthbertson? You don't like white men too much. So, for that reason, Mr. Stern, you are out for that reason because you are white. And Mr. Mark Cuthbertson is all about diversity and non-white men. So, Janet, even though you're white, sorry, Mark, but for that reason, she has my vote.
You go for the gender vote. The gender vote.
That's it. I'm going for the diversity because that will make Marky Mark happy because he doesn't like the white men. Yeah. So that's where Steve Stern falls in. So I'm out.
I didn't
say anything wrong or not right and not truthful.
Didn't he just wait? What seat did Susan just win? I can't even pay attention to her. The 16th?
Yeah, the legislator.
17th, the 18th. Stern was in the 16th legislative district.
Mm-hmm.
Garland won it, if you want to call that winning.
Well, he termed out. His time was over.
Right, and now
Susan is there.
But now, I termed out, so now I'm going to go for assembly. What did he do that was exciting?
I don't know if he did so much things that were exciting, but he did cross over. I do know that he had his hands in the Coral Park opening. He had his hands on the street sign information. I don't know if it was a sidewalk. You have to ask Jim McGoldrick about that one. He has his hands in a few things. He doesn't publicize everything, but he is around and he does do some things and he will cross over. But again, with him, I just received his flyer in the mail. Again, absolutely no diversity whatsoever. And
there you go.
There's none. And, you don't see any young people. You don't see any minorities. I mean, you see older people. You see middle-aged people.
We don't see any new people challenging these people that have been around forever.
No, they just get shuffled around.
They keep talking about running against the Republicans, running against Trump, but people, we're in a blue state. We have people who have been in office for a long time. If you're talking about change, then you need to make sure that you're getting out anybody who's held office for any more than a few terms, and he definitely qualifies, skipping around to another position. So, what I have to ask myself is everybody's talking, we're going to go run and beat the Republicans. What about the Democrats that have been ingrained for so long? And Janet Spitali, the Republicans, they've run her before. I feel like she's one of those candidates that the Republicans choose. Oh, then we'll run you here, and then we'll run you here, then we'll run you here. It's one of those people that you're willing to run, and you already do this, and eventually we'll point you to something or get you a job.
But she hasn't been appointed, and with her thing. She hasn't she's done a lot. Not done a lot, excuse me. I was distracted for a second. At least she's out there in the community. I see her signs all up and down. Been out there,
campaigning.
Yeah, I've seen that. So I mean, I have to give her that credit. At least she's attempting. But also with her flyers that she has out, it's like you campaign in these areas where I'm almost positive you don't really know the people. And then you put out these flyers, but you want them to vote for you. And then you put out these flyers and they don't see anybody that looks like them. So we're running to the same game. At least the Republicans fell into, the diversity card because they put a woman up, I guess.
I think that's why they ran her.
Yeah, I guess.
They had somebody they could and was a female.
Yeah, so I guess they've held up their end of the bargain in that regard. But again, Stern has done a lot. I do think that he is a good candidate because we're talking about people that are going to be making the law. So I need to see what your past history is before I vote for you, or I need to know you have some good qualities because at the end of the day, they really are. They have an important job.
So I'm guessing there's no open debates coming up before April.
Well, actually, the Women League of Voters, I just received information in the mail that they're having a Meet the Candidates night.
Oh, good. We'll need to know what that date is.
Yeah,
Because the election April 24th.
4th.
Right.
Yeah, and it's an off election. So they really need to. And one thing I will say is that it is an off election. But Janet is getting, I see her signs everywhere. And people often who vote that don't know anything, they go by name recognition. So they'll vote because they'll remember her red sign. I haven't seen anything from Stern.
Yeah, but he doesn't even need signs. Everybody knows his name because he was in the 16th for 12 years.
Even though he was in the 16th, you would go around and ask people who's your legislator. They don't know. Who is your assemblyman? They don't know.
Yeah,
so
but those
with
people
that,
don't vote.
Yeah,
especially in an off election year.
I think with her doing the things that she's doing, she's getting her name out there a little bit more. Again, I do like Stern. Stern is somebody who I'm looking at hard in regards to voting for when it comes to that election. Unless Janet does something to absolutely wow me, which I doubt that's going to happen. I have to go with what I know when it comes to making laws. And I agree with you when you speak about people staying too long. But when it comes to making laws that we have to live with, I kind of want somebody who knows the ropes and knows what they're doing.
Serious?
What is going on with the dog?
I don't know. She's sitting on the table.
That's great.
Trying to get my attention.
Finley, what are you doing on the table?
Get down. All of a sudden, she's growling behind me.
My goodness.
Oh, she's worse than that kid.
Oh,
you know which one. You know which one. She's trying to get on the show earlier. All right.
I can't deal with you. I really can't.
Oh my goodness.
I just cannot.
That's okay. It's so close to the end that it's time for us to give up and not be able to anymore.
Yeah. So, that's my spiel. I don't know if anyone else has anything else to say. But that's what I think about the upcoming election.
I feel so much better like last Tuesday where we were just not thinking.
Yeah, last Tuesday was fun.
That was so awesome.
I had an excellent time. It was very nice.
That was good. We needed that. That was fun. I looked at my schedule. I had a full schedule and I was like, it's all just a suggestion.
We had an excellent time. We had, good laughs.
That's what the best plans are. So
we have to do it again.
We will. In fact, I think we'll be doing this very thing again, this time next Tuesday from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do so. You'll get a notification on your phone anytime we go live. Considering we try to be here every Tuesday, but sometimes there are circumstances or we just decided to clear our schedule. So I guess we will see everyone next Tuesday. Does anybody have any final goodbyes?
Nah.
Oh, good.
Nothing exciting.
Alrighty then. Okay, so Finley says goodbye to everybody, and we'll see everyone next Tuesday.
My cat eating my hair in the back.
YouTube channel. We need to get a pet for Dana. She's
no.
I'm gonna send over some ferrets or maybe a chicken.
You need some ferrets.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I don't leave under your hair like.
All right. Well, good night, everyone, and we hope you enjoyed tonight. Honey, to you.
Bye, guys.